Hi, ho everyone, my name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to the Bazaar, but a little bit of a different video today because I have the pleasure of revealing the brand new Vanessa expansion coming with Season 1 on April 2nd. Mac is also going to be releasing. I'm super pumped about it, but they reached out to see if I wanted to be the one to reveal all the brand new cards in Vanessa's expansion, and I couldn't say no, even if it was a little selfish. I just wanted to see them for myself anyway. I'm assuming this is numbers they're going to launch with. It might change, I'm not really sure. But first up, we have Orange Julian, a medium friend, a little orangutan fella. 11-second cooldown, so pretty long. Your weapons gain 10 damage for the fight, but when you gain gold, increase the damage bonus of this item by the amount gained. Ooh, interesting. Some economy play with Vanessa. We've seen it with the lockbox, which I've hardly seen anybody use, but sort of in the same vein, the earlier you get it. It's sort of like a pig's gem, but we have it at home. We have Seadog. Oh, a medium friend vehicle, because, well, it's a horse. So a 2-second cooldown, reduce the cooldown of your other items by 10% for this fight, but increase this item's cooldown by 4 seconds for the fight. Now that's interesting. We've never had an item that increases its own cooldown upon use, but it makes sense. It's a pretty strong ability. 10% cooldown. Now it starts at silver, presumably, so wouldn't be a stretch to think maybe, you know, gold is 15 and diamonds 20% cooldown reduction, which again, 2 seconds into the fight, pretty nutty. It's a vehicle, so there are some skills that reduce its own cooldown, but also a lot of Vanessa items that play alongside if you have a vehicle and whatnot. Could enable a lot of interesting stuff. I like this idea. Seadog Saloon, large aquatic property. 6 seconds, haste an item for 2 seconds, and slow an item for 2 seconds. It also has an additional multicast for each friend you have. So there you have it. Again, so far we've only seen things that interact or have the friend keyword. A lot of stuff working in there. And again, I always love the art too. All the little nods in there. You have the new Julian fella. That's the Blood Reef Captain, I think, which is a PvE fight. Got the little bird that nobody uses. You see the shark ray. Yeah, hasting and slowing. Vanessa already has some stuff that interacts with haste and slow. I'm assuming we're going to see some more stuff here in a second that interacts with haste and slow, but also multicast. I'm wondering if the upgrade is it reduces cooldown rather than duration, which would be pretty insane. Like a 4-second diamond, that'd be pretty good. Here we have Captain's Quarters, which is cool. This is actually the art you see when you first start a Vanessa run before you choose your kits. Another large aquatic property. On a 4-second cooldown, hastes a vehicle for 2 seconds, charges a tool for 1 second, reloads an ammo item for 1, and gives a weapon 20 damage. So a lot going on there. Interested to see what it upgrades as well. Does it upgrade like the duration? So would it haste a vehicle for 3 seconds, charge a tool for 2? I mean, if it charges, surely not, right? Because like diamond on a 4-second cooldown charging a tool for 3 seconds. But then again, maybe. I don't know. It's one of those items, kind of like Weatherglass and enchantments, that your entire board may never be the same because you might play with a different vehicle every time, a different tool, different ammo item, a different weapon. It doesn't have to be, you know, all one thing. So I think that's pretty cool. A small friend, Mr. Richardson. Monkey. When you haste or slow, or well, sorry, 6 seconds, shield 10. When you haste or slow, which that large aquatic property we just saw did, this gains 5 shield for the fight. And it's a friend, which would give the other property multicast. So actually, I mean, like if we get a whole bunch more small friends, I mean, in a world where you have 7 small friends, I don't know if Vanessa has that many. And then that, I mean, that thing will have 8 multicast, which is insane. So 8 instances of haste and slow every time. I'm assuming the upgrade will be, you know, when you haste or slow, this gains 10 shield for the fight and 15, something like that. Sort of a shield package, but for friends rather than turtle shell or conch shell or all that stuff. The piano, a medium tool with no active ability. This is just the passive. When you use a friend, haste it for 1 second, and adjacent items are friends. Very interesting. This is like the diving gear from the first Vanessa expansion that gave adjacent items the aquatic tag. Now you can give anything the friends tag, which could be really strong, depending on how certain items interact with things being friends, or just like that, flexible way to make some things friends for that property or what have you. I also wouldn't be surprised if Vanessa now gets dually, currently has it, but you know, like when you use a friend, give all your friends extra damage or something like that. Probably some friend skills too. So pretty interesting. That does take up 2 spots on the field that aren't active, but it makes 2 friends and haste them. So that's pretty cool. We have the card table. Medium item, no other tags. 4 seconds, a friend gains +1 multicast for the fight, which is real strong. However, just like the horse, it has the downside of increased this item's cooldown by 4 seconds for the fight. So 4 seconds in, you get plus a multicast on a friend, but then you have to wait 8 seconds to give another multicast, and then another 12 seconds. That initial multicast, though, could be huge because depending on what friend tag you give, could be to something insane. Very interesting. And again, it's playing with that whole idea of strong effect, but then downside. We have an Eau de Saute Claw, a small aquatic friend and weapon. Damage 10 on a 6-second cooldown. When you haste or slow, this gains 5 damage for the fight. I think we're starting to see, yeah, the synergy with that one property. You want friends for the property to go off more to haste and slow, and every time you do, this gains 5 damage, and again, probably scales with its upgrades. So you're already kind of seeing a package in and of itself. Even without these items, Vanessa has a lot of ways to haste or slow. Shot glasses, a brand new small shield item. 8 seconds, shield for 20. When you use an ammo item, this gains 5 shield for the fight. Probably increases shield it gets. Now this is interesting because this is separate from sort of the rest of this expansion. You could throw it just in any ammo build. It actually gives ammo Vanessa, like weapon Vanessa, a defensive scaling item. Doesn't take up too much room. It's pretty slow, but by the time it goes off, you've probably scaled it a decent bit. Maybe you find a way to reduce its cooldown. I think it might have its uses. And I believe last we have Calico. You guessed it, another friend. 7-second cooldown, deal 10 damage. And when you use another weapon, this gains 5% crit chance for the fight, and this deals double crit damage. So that's real nice, like the claws, or Piranha, whatnot. I'm interested to see if they end up giving Piranha the friend tag. I don't think they will. I think that's a purposeful decision, like a balanced decision, but the fact that this scales with crit chance with other items, you could easily get it to 100% crit chance. I guess you just want to try to find a way to scale its damage because it's gaining crit chance and it's dealing double crit, but that you'll need to find some ways to boost its damage on its own. Lots of friends here. So it's going to be interesting to see how these interact, not only with this, but also with existing items. I mean, like an obvious one is like Elusive Array. Big friend package for Vanessa here. Interested to see if she does get some new skills to go along with the heavy emphasis on friends here. Now, like the first expansion, not every single one is exclusively related to friends. Like the first one, not everything was aquatic, but it was definitely heavily favored. But there'll be some items in here you want for this friend build or not. Definitely some of the more interesting things here are the change in item mechanics here of now increasing its own cooldown, but giving you a strong effect because of that. Seadog Saloon seems to be the main engine of activating a lot of these new friend things. It'll be going off a bunch itself, as well as scaling a whole bunch of friends. And then Captain's Quarters, this one is separate. This has nothing to do with friends, but could just generate its own builds. This is just kind of a fun hodgepodge, play what you get, throw it in with Captain's Quarters and see if it works kind of situation. And yeah, that's it. So I just want to thank the Bazaar for allowing me to be able to show off the brand new Vanessa expansion. If you haven't seen it, a bunch of other creators have gotten to reveal some other cards, a lot of Mac cards. It's tough. You know, I'm torn. This expansion looks really fun, but admittedly, I'll be playing a bunch of Mac first. So expect a lot of videos of that when he does launch. I'm just excited for the shakeup. I mean, I've been playing since the closed alpha opened. Now it seems like this is full release, season 1. Hoping to make some changes with some monetization and stuff. Because the game itself, freaking banger, man. Mac is going to be just a huge shakeup. Even just watching his little trailer, and like, it's just going to be a whole new way to play the game. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Farewell. If you enjoyed this video, I think you might enjoy this one. With that said, thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.